These are 7 easy things that you can fix within your day-to-day hair care routine that I promise if you do them and if you just pay a little bit more attention, these will make a big difference in your hair care journey. The first thing that you want to make sure that you're doing, if you're not already doing, is making sure that you cover up your hair every time you go to sleep. I don't care if you're taking a nap on the couch. I don't care if, especially if you're going to sleep like for the night, just tie your hair up in a silk scarf or put a bonnet over your hair. This will make sure that your hair is not receiving any unnecessary friction. This also prevents your hair from getting dried out if you sleep on something like cotton that is very drying and absorbent to the hair strands. Years ago, when I was natural, I'm talking about at this point, it was probably like 10 years ago. I had, if I can find the picture, then I'll share with you guys how my hair used to look. But I had like, they used to call it a teeny tiny afro. TWA is what they used to call it. And it was so little, like it was teeny. I had like a buzz cut and like, it was cute though. But that was my hairstyle for a while. But even though that was my hairstyle, I was trying to grow out my hair. But I never slept with anything on my head. And during that time, I noticed that my edges had started to thin. And I noticed that my hair stayed that same length for months and months and months and months. And this was very unlikely because I have experimented with my hair for years. I used to cut my hair short, grow it back long. I did that in high school, all throughout college. So it wasn't anything new to me to have short hair like it was and just to grow it back out. But I noticed that my hair was not growing. And I was like, why is my hair not growing? Like, what? It's not even growing just a little bit. And it seems like it's getting thinner. Y'all, one week I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna start sleeping with a silk scarf. I'm gonna start making sure that I tie my hair up at night and put a silk scarf or bonnet on. Almost like immediately, I noticed a huge difference. My hair started growing. It was less dry, as well as my edges started to come back in. So if you do not, if it's not in your habit to cover up your hair at night, or that's something that you get lazy with very frequently, make sure you start doing that, especially if you are somebody like me who has relaxed, Tex-Lax, any type of chemical process going on in your hair. Our hair is already more prone to breakage and more dry. So you want to make sure you take the extra step to take care of it at night or when you're taking a nap and sleeping. Another thing that is so easy to do, but you want to make sure that you're doing this. I even have to catch myself and be more mindful of this when I'm doing my hair, is you want to detangle your hair from the ends all the way up to the roots. Do not do it if you're in a rush. Make sure that you're taking your time, because the last thing that you want to do is rip out a big section or a big chunk of your hair because you're rushing, or just because you're rushing and because you're not starting at the bottom up. Trust me, it really makes a difference. When I went to go get my hair braided, she was being a little bit rough. Like, she was being rough, and I felt like, I don't know if it's just me because I'm really paranoid, but I feel like my hair was a little bit thinner after I got braids. And I think it was because when she was combing my hair, like, I heard her like a couple of times like yank it really hard, and it felt like a chunk came out. Like, I don't know, might just be me being paranoid, I really don't know. But we probably be doing that to ourselves sometimes and don't even realize it, especially when we're blow drying on wash days or just detangling on wash days. Your hair is the most fragile when it's wet, so you really have to be careful when you are detangling your hair, especially on wash days. See how the comb on this comb, the teeth are like a little bit further apart. You don't have to use one that's this far apart, but maybe use one that's not a rat tail comb. Like, I have another comb. This is good too. This is what I use on a daily, like, this is what I use too, But what I'm talking about is not using like a rat tail comb. Like, this is fine for relaxed hair. I think you can even go a little bit wider. I have another comb that's a little bit wider that I typically reach for a lot of the time. But as long as you're not using like a rat tail comb all the time on your hair, especially if you have like thicker hair, you want to try to stay away from that. Thicker hair or longer hair, you want to stay away from using a rat tail comb on the regular when doing your hair. I do have rat tail combs and I do use them for styling my hair, but it's not a regular styling tool that I'm going to use if I'm just combing my hair out. The third way that can help you to avoid unnecessary breakage is to wash your hair in the shower. This avoids unnecessary breakage because when you are washing your hair in the shower, your hair is already going back. It's already like going back. When you're washing it in the sink, you're flipping your hair this way and then flipping it back. So in doing that, that can just cause your hair to just be tangled up, basically, because it's flipped this way, then you got to flip it back that way. So in order to just make it simpler for you, if your hair is all going in one direction, it's less likely to get more tangled by it being this way. Therefore, when you go to detangle it, it's going to be a lot easier for you, and it's going to help you avoid breakage because you're not having to go through all those tangles. This time in my relaxed hair journey, 99% of the time I wash my hair in the shower, and this time around my hair is a lot thicker, so I am going to take that as a sign that my hair is benefiting from that, and that this is definitely a way that you can avoid unnecessary breakage. The fourth way that you can avoid unnecessary breakage on your hair care journey is to make sure your hair is moisturized. Make sure you're incorporating moisture in your routine somehow. This is very important because if your hair is not properly moisturized, your hair will not have elasticity and your hair will break when you go to style it. It'll just break because it's dry, it's brittle, and our hair needs moisture to be able to withstand all of the manipulation that it goes through on a daily basis. Whether it's wrapping your hair at night, whether it's just combing it, whatever it is, our hair needs to have moisture. You can either do what I do, which is make sure you moisturize your hair properly during your wash day, or you can moisturize your hair throughout the week. Whatever is best for you and whatever your hair responds to best, just make sure that you are incorporating moisture in your routine. If you want to see how I incorporate moisture in my routine, I will link a video in the description box that goes through my entire routine so that you can see how I set my hair up for the week and how my wash day really helps with my length retention. The fifth way that you can avoid breakage and meet your hair length retention goals is to leave your hair alone. Leave it alone. Avoid doing too many styles. Avoid changing it up so much. Avoid too many different chemical processes. Avoid all of these things, okay? What you need to do is have a set routine, do this routine every single week, and have a style that you can commit to that does not pull your hair, that is low tension and low maintenance, something that you can keep in, I would say, for at least 3 to 4 days without having too much fuss and stress on your hair. That is what you need. Getting up every day and, putting your hair into a ponytail every day, or getting tight braids every single week, or doing these slick back high ponytails, slick back buns, wigs every day. Stuff like that, while it does look good, and I love all these styles, do not get me wrong, for most people, it is not good. It's not good for your hair, okay? Some people can get away with it. Some people can wear wigs all the time and still have full edges, okay? They edges be all the way down to here, and they wear a wig every single day with glue, okay? I'm not one of those people. If I glued a wig onto my hair every single day, I would not have no edges, okay? If I wore braids and braided my hair back tightly every single week, I wouldn't have no edges, okay? If I wore a slick back, gel back bun or high ponytail every day, my hair would be thin, okay? But so that's what I'm telling you guys. This doesn't work for most people. Some people do it, and these styles are okay to do sparingly. It's nothing wrong with getting your fix in. You got somewhere to go. You want to look extra cute and extra jazzy for the weekend. It's nothing wrong with doing these styles every once in a while. I love braids, and I do actually want to experiment with getting a wig or getting a wig installed at some point, but this will not be something that I do on a regular basis just because it's not good for my hair. And if you avoid just over manipulating and doing the most with your hair, I am almost 1000% sure you will have more length retention. The sixth way that you can retain more length and avoid unnecessary hair breakage is to reduce your heat usage. I am not someone who will tell you guys to not use heat at all, because I use heat every week. I flat iron my hair every week. I blow dry my hair every week. If you've been on my channel, if you've been following me, then you know that this is nothing new. But while I do this every single week, I'm not gonna bump it up and do it more than once a week. I used to overlap my washes. Like, okay, so say for example, I wash my hair on a Sunday, but I have something to do on a Thursday. I used to just go ahead and wash my hair again like that Wednesday or Thursday so I can have fresh hair. I don't do that anymore. You just got to take me as I am, okay? My hair is not going to look perfect all the time, and I'm okay with that, because while I do want to enjoy the aesthetics of my hair most of the time, I'm still after a length goal too. So I have to be careful and limit that heat usage to only once a week, and I would recommend you guys to do the same. Also, watch the amount of heat that you're using as far as how high you have the setting turned up on your heat devices, mainly the flat iron. So when I flat iron my hair, I do not flat iron it over 370 degrees. The reason being is because this is the automatic heat setting that my flat iron goes to. It can go higher, but I just leave it set at that 370 because I figure, okay, if the manufacturer set it to this must mean that this is the ideal temperature that I should be doing my hair on, and my hair gets straight from doing it that way. So that's why I just leave it set right there. We're not turning it up to anything higher than that. And if you're flat ironing your hair, at a really high heat and you have chemically processed hair, you are asking to not have any hair. Like, seriously. And I know this from experience too, because when I was previously relaxed, when I had to start over, my hair was so much thinner, okay? And I think it was because I would be flat ironing my hair at like 400, like so high. And you know why? No shade to anybody that I was watching at the time, but I was watching people who were like, oh, flat iron your hair at 400 degrees, 435 degrees, da 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 da. And these were professional stylists saying this. Now, I did not take into account that the people that they were doing probably already had natural hair. I didn't take that into account. So that may be why that they were flat ironing it on such a high heat. But if you have relaxed hair, even if you have natural hair, I'm text-like, so even if you are natural, I don't think you have to be flat ironing your hair at 450, 425, even if you have natural hair, because 370 gets my text-like hair straight and silky. But anyways, just make sure you watch that and be careful with that. If you're finding that you cannot get your hair straight by lowering the temperature, maybe you need to make your sections smaller and thinner. That was the key for me to getting silky hair, is doing those small and thin sections. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much and definitely appreciate all of your support. I've been seeing all of your comments, all the love that you've been showing me, all of the new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. You are going to love it here. If you have any video suggestions or any questions for me, drop them down below. Those of you that have suggested videos, they are on the way. I'm in the works and I have a few videos that I am currently working on. So I promise I got you. Thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.